On the snowy mountains of the Himalayas, near the Mansarovar lake, there is a large, gigantic mountain whose tip has not yet been touched. The enormous mountain glows like a star and shines like the moon, who is believed to be the center of the earth, whose greatness lies in its owners. That mountain is great, which houses a pond of divine nectar, a mountain which serves as a reservoir of goodness and an ocean of peace. A space of power and a land of birth, a sky of light and a water of bright, a field of good and a burner of bad, a shawl of warmth and a bed of snow, a sealer of goodness and an abode of gods. In such a great mountain whose tip is clandestine, reside the great Pashupati and Shakti. Once, during a bright and hot summer day, Shakti was strolling around the palace grounds. As she was strolling, she saw what was happening on earth. All the people's problems, the celebrations, the conversations, and all meetings held. As she strolled and solved everyone's problem and enjoyed with the happiness and celebration of people, she heard a noise of horses and wheels. As she proceeded further towards the stream of Saraswati, she saw that the king of gods, Devraj Indra, and all his ministers were proceeding to earth with their wives. She proceeded more further towards the cliff and looked down and saw something wonderful, something magnificent, something divine. A lake. This lake, located in Sidhpur, is one of the most magnificent lakes of all. It is only visible to divine eyes and only accessible to the divine realms. Wow, such a divine sight, she exclaimed. I must need to go and bath in the lake. It is Mahasud Tritiya, a very good day, she said to herself. She then felt an unstoppable urge to go and take a dive in the lake. But she wanted a company with a husband. She proceeded hastily towards Pashupati, who was in deep meditation on a black cut divine rock surrounded by divine animals such as a bull with its mighty horns, two deers with their beautiful antlers, birds with magnifico feathers, and a wind so calm and pleasant that surrounds the entire place. Pashupati, who was sitting under the peepal tree in the serene and calm environment, meditating under the sun's bright light, and was chanting the very first syllable. Om. Shakti waited patiently for Pashupati to complete his meditation. She waited for a prahara, but the meditation was not complete. She waited then for two more praharas, but the meditation was not complete. Time went by and Pashupati continued his penance, while Shakti was getting boredom. She was getting impatient and her mind was restless. She decided to do something which the entire world enjoyed, Nritya. She started with the folk dance of Siddhpur, Garba.
सर सर पर सदर अमर धर अणसर कर कर मर धर मेल करे हरि हर सुर अवर असर अदमन हर भरि भरि यति और हरक मरे निर्कम में प्रवर प्रवर गुण निर्जन विकट मुकुट शिर सवर नमे गणराव पट करर परर पद घूंगर रगबर सुंदर श्याम रमे गणराव पट करर परर पद घूंगर रगबर सुंदर श्याम रमे गणराव पट करर परर पद घूंगर रगबर सुंदर श्याम रमे
She celebrated and started playing. As she started, with dance instruments like tambura, dhol, sitar, flute, trumpets, tabla, and divine musicians gathered with the Gandharvas, Kinnaras, and all the heavenly Apsaras and began performing the folk dance. They rejoiced and enjoyed playing the dance. They lit a fire to the divine pot and offered pulses of all kind rice, dal, ghee, butter, milk, and the divine nectar to keep the fire alive. They continuously danced for four praharas. The world was nourished and nurtured and blessed with material wishes. When the world overjoyed a lot and pleased by Shakti's penance, Pashupati completed his penance in the eighth prahara. He then went and performed the Sandhya Vandan to the sun as it set. Slowly, as the moon took over and the heaps of the shades of orange and violet were slowly escaping the sky, and the hands of darkness took over the land, Pashupati, with extreme happiness, pleased by the dance, approached Shakti. Pashupati, followed by his Ganas, approached Shakti, who was standing near the divine altar. He went and asked Shakti on what she desires to do. Shakti replied, O Lord of Lords, surrounded by deadly wild beasts, let us have a bath at the lake in Siddhpur on Mahasud Chaturthi. Pashupati paused, as if he remembered something. The deadly day in Daksha Prajapati's Mahayagya, where all the deities were invited except Pashupati and his consort Sati, where Sati sacrificed herself in the godly fire, and when Narayana, using his Sudarshana Chakra as provided by Pashupati, cut the burnt body of Sati into pieces, her blood fell in Siddhpur. Pashupati was fierce and attained the form of Kala Bhairav, seated on a wild dog to kill Daksha. Pashupati cried, and tears fell to be mixed with the divine and earthly, majestic and grand river Saraswati. A choir in the background was her. Hambi tame, Nadi tame, Devi tame, Saraswati. Sung by the Gandharvas and Kinnaras and all the gods of heaven. Flowers and fruits were showered upon the divine pair by godly forces. Shakti faced Pashupati with deep regret and sadness. She comforted the Lord. After dinner, the Lord appeared to Shakti in her dreams and granted her the wish, declared it to all the gods, and invited them, saying, listen, all the gods, I and Shakti will visit Siddhapur on Mahasudi Chaturthi. You all are invited. The gods accepted the request. Late at night, when all the light of the sun had escaped the earth, a choir was heard. Astu, Astu, Astu. In his mind, very physically rested beside Shakti, he mentally traveled to the crematorium where the Asuras were about to attack the place. Pashupati sat on a burning pyre surrounded by wild beasts and transformed himself into one of the most fiercest forms, Kal Bhairav. Foot march was heard with deadly voices as they came and looted the woods used in a funeral pyre and proceeded further. They saw Kal Bhairav. Just upon seeing the king of hell, Kal Bhairav opened his third eye and the demons ran seeing the fire shape, but due to the fire traveling at the speed of light, killing the Asura in pitch darkness. When the world slept, the village was freed from the terror of the demons. It was morning, and the very first rays of the sun fell on Kailash. The day began with excitement and wonder. Pashupati welcomed the sun as he proceeded the divine chariot, where Devi Shakti was waiting, wearing a beautiful cloth which reflected all the beauty of the universe. Pashupati and Shakti proceeded towards Siddhapur. There they stopped and wondered at the beauty of the place. Shakti was awestruck at how fabulous the lake was. Shakti said, beautiful and fascinating it is. What magnifico and awestruck I am. Mighty trees surround the lake like a father protects the sun. The sun centers on the lake as a mind centers on work. Divinity is the lake water as the blood is our life. The animals quench their thirst here as thirst of desires is fulfilled. Fishes swim in the water like a son in his mother's motherhood. Blue lotuses are found here like a jewel on a snake. The waters are transparent like human intentions. Divine as it is, Brahman, I thank you for it. Let there be peace, peace, and only peace. Pashupati and Shakti, pleased by the beauty, take a dip in the lake while bathing. Pashupati praises the scene as cold are the waters like snow on the body. The gods sing melodiously as me and my consort bathe. The water loves the moon as it comes closer to it. Green is the seed of trees as it is the flowers fall as they make the water sweet. More prosperous than nectar is the beauty of the lake. Peace. Just as Pashupati and Shakti proceeded towards the chariot in the dense forest, Pashupati hears a noise coming from deep in the forest. Then, as Pashupati was wondering what the noise, scream was heard. Tense Pashupati took his divine Trishul and proceeded deep into the forest. Pashupati finds out that it is Asuras who are making the noise and killing the innocent animals there. Pashupati, the lord of beasts, was angry and proceeded to kill the beasts. Left alone, Shakti prayed for Lord Pashupati's victory. Lord Pashupati enters the forest. A mysteriously calm and eerie environment is seen in the forest. Pashupati proceeds into the bushes. As he crosses the bush, he sees a dead peacock attacked by a machete. Lord Pashupati, in grief of the death of one of his birds, hymns the Ashwini Kumaras to come and heal the bird. As the hymns continue, a godly light with the speed of light and the noise of horses comes out of Pashupati's hair and binds the body of the peacock with its head and settles in Pashupati's hair back again. The peacock goes to Lord Pashupati. Now, with his eyes filled with rage, Lord Pashupati proceeds into the darkness, a darkness that will bring light to the forest. Such a unique darkness it was. Pashupati proceeded inside the dark forest. His Trishul was blazing red with fire. The trident became so hot that with anger it could evaporate water by its touch alone. Pashupati called out the hiding Asuras. He received no response. His rage was increasing. So was the temperature of the Trishul per minute. And the Asuras didn't appear while mocking Pashupati. In rage, Pashupati slammed his trident on the ground, after which the entire dark forest where the Asuras hid was set on fire, not harming any animals or trees in the surrounding area. Screams and cries were heard, and that noise of the Asuras turning into ashes just pleased the innocent animals. But the heat was so intense that Aryani appeared and begged Pashupati to stop this fire, and the gods from the heavens showered water, fruits, leaves, and flowers to cool the Lord down. Pashupati's victory was celebrated in the heavens and in the forest. Meanwhile, Pashupati had gone on killing the demons. Shakti was feeling boredom, so she takes a stroll in the forest, describing the forest's beauty. She describes the forest as none such I have seen a forest before, none such I have seen a world more beautiful than Kailash it is. I just want it more. The people are lucky to have a home here with colorful fruits and flowers of the world. All deities come here and stay with their world. Nurturing is the ground and nurturing is its work. Sheltering is its quality and bestowing blessings for which its birth. Fruits of all kinds and tastes grow here. Flowers of all colors and scents are found here. Leaves of all shapes and tastes are grown here. Animals of all kinds are seen roaming here. My mind is restless and I want to live here. I want to live here. I want to live here. Peace. Shakti became awestruck by the beauty of the forest. As she strolled, she found a bit of wet mud which sparked a lamp of creativity in Shakti. She sat down and started searching clay. She then took the collected clay and started molding beautiful human figurines with a beautiful lotus like hands. She waited for a long time and continued making the human figures and sat there patiently waiting for Pashupati to return. As Lord Pashupati returned after defeating the demons, he proceeded back towards the chariot. It took a long time to return back. While Pashupati was returning, he too admired the majestic forest. Finally, Pashupati returned back, and by that time it was Mahasud Panchami, that was Vasant Panchami. Shakti was very happy to see Pashupati and claimed him as victorious for killing the demons, saving the forest and its residents. O Lord of beasts, Pashupati, you are ever victorious, undefeatable, and almighty, the saver of life and the restorer of divine order, the destroyer of asuras and the bringer of peace, the lighter of a lamp and the protector of everyone's mother, Uma, the father of creation, the wanderer ascetic. May you be proclaimed and hailed forever. Pashupati thanked Shakti, but he observed a restless mind in her as she was standing beside the 52 statues she had made. Lord Pashupati, in deep curiosity, asked Shakti on what she had made and why was she so restless about something. Shakti replied to Pashupati on what she had done when he had gone. She then explained about the 52 statues. Pashupati asked Shakti to ask what she wanted from him. With deep joy, she replied, O Lord of all beings, I love this forest because of its serene and calm environment. This place just feels like joy to me. With your blessings, may I reside here. May you grant life to these 52 statues to be sons and daughters of mine. All the lords from the heaven were watching the divine conversation between Pashupati and Shakti. Everyone had eyes of hope as a new generation was about to be born and a new lamp was about to be lit. After some time, Lord Pashupati took up his divine form and said, "O Shakti, today you have asked a very historic question, and I bless you and all the 52 statues with life. These statues will be named as Patidars, and you shall be their Kuldevi. You will reside here. So be it, so be it, so be it." All the gods from heavens showered flowers, fruits, milk, nectar, water, and light upon Shakti and Pashupati. Lord Pashupati gave life to the 52 statues, and they all bowed to Shakti, who had turned into a Murti. Narada, who was the messengers of the Lord, appeared and bowed down to Shakti. The sun and moon both gathered and sang praises offered to Shakti in a new form. All the gods and goddesses appeared in Siddhapur and greeted and took blessings of Shakti. Then Narada said something, which was joined by a choir of gods and a dance by the Gandharvas and Kinniras.
सोने की छड़ी रूपे की मशाल चरियन ना जामा वाड़ी मोतियन नी माड़ा वाड़ी सिर पर मुकुट धारी नंदी पर शोभे सवारी उंझा शहर धाम वाड़ी उगमना द्वार वाड़ी तारका सुर ने मार नारी कड़वा कुड़ ने तार नारी नवखंड नारायणी नव दुर्गा उमा ईश्वरी भोड़ी भवानी 33 करोड़ देवतानी देवी कड़वा पटेल नी कुल देवी राजमाता राजेश्वरी श्री उमिया